What is good, VillyP squad? It's your boy out here doing my first official podcast with my boy and longtime friend, Yehya Chehade.
What's going on?
Awesome. So, talk about yourself, Yehya. What do you do right now? What are you up to?
What's going on, guys? I'm Yehya. Everybody calls me Yahya. It's been a long time thing, but I'm actually a personal trainer. I've been in the personal training industry for I'd say about 5 years now. So just out of while I was in college and then university, and then been doing it ever since I was done university. Graduated school with an honors degree in kinesiology and health sciences. But in that program, I needed to find an internship. So I found an internship in a gym, and then I just loved it ever since. So I've been at that same gym.
So this internship, was it a part of your program? Like, where did you go to school?
I went to school at Guelph Humber.
Okay.
And yeah, it was a part. So basically, one of the classes was literally our internship class. So it's like we have to find ourselves like a job that like a non-paying job mostly, that we can learn about like certain things. So it could have been physio. I did that as an internship. I didn't really like it too much.
Interesting.
And then I did personal training. That was my first internship. Was at this gym. And I was this little awkward kid, and it was
I wouldn't say
fun. Like I learned a lot though. I learned a lot, and I found that job alone helped me pass school way more than me studying. You know what I mean? Just like learning the hands-on stuff about it, learning how to like manipulate the body and all the muscles with injuries and all that kind of stuff helped me so much more with studying for school than actually studying a textbook. You know what I mean?
Interesting. Definitely, it sounds like you're more like a hand-on learner.
Definitely.
And honestly, what did it much favor the writing down notes, copying notes, just studying notes type of thing?
100%. It was in this kind of in that program especially, man. It seemed like they really wanted us to be hands-on. So
yeah,
it definitely helped me a lot.
Yeah. Well, as a fitness trainer, I guess that makes sense, right?
Yeah, for sure.
So let's talk about you growing up first. So from what I remember you, I mean, you were always an athletic kid. You played all the sports growing up in high school, elementary school. From what I remember, high school, you're on a rugby team, and just always an athletic guy in general. And it's good to see how like that's a legit staple of your life. Like even coming out of high school, you're still into fitness, being being a personal trainer, training other people and stuff. So talk to me about that. Like, how did you know that you're like, you know what, this is what I want to do with my life? Because obviously a lot of people come out of high school, you know, there's been a lot of athletic kids in our schools growing up.
100%.
So, and I feel like, I don't know, maybe a lot of them didn't pursue fitness after that. Naturally happened. So how did you realize like, you know, this is what I want to do with my life. This is what I love doing. Like, when did that click in with you?
It's a good question, because I found that even after high school, I still didn't know what I wanted to do. You know, like everybody, like obviously I love fitness, and obviously I love being like active, and I've always played soccer my whole life. I started with soccer, and then my brother's the one who got me into rugby, and then rugby was like the biggest thing at our high school. So I love that. After I finished school, though, it was all all I knew. All I knew was just the human body. And then someone told me that, like, hey, man, there's literally a program that is the study of the human body. Like, what do you think about that? I was like, yeah, well, shoot, like, I might as well give it a try. So I did it, and I liked it. It was all right. Like, don't think that university was my first bet. Like, I shouldn't have done university first. So I went to college, actually, first, and then I went to university. But, yeah, honestly, after high school, after all that stuff, I didn't know that that's exactly what I wanted to do. I really didn't. But I did know after like going to school and doing what I do is I almost compete with myself in everything. So I almost like everybody always says that you try to be better than the person you were yesterday. So I always try to do that every single time with almost everything I do. Like while I was in school in the summers, I was a garbage man. I don't know if you know that, but yeah, I worked as a garbage man. And my goal was to lift as much garbage as I could and throw it out. Like, how much weight could I lift in the day?
That's interesting.
That's how I played. Like, that's how I played that game in the garbage industry. And then now it's like, as like a trainer, it's like, how many people can I help every single day? You know what I mean? So it didn't really click in that I wanted to do this for like the rest of my life almost until just recently, where you kind of get like that sense of like a high and like the sense of like fulfillment when people are telling you like that, like you're the best part of their day. And like, and like, not only am I the best part of their day, like emotionally, I'm helping them physically too. Right. So it's really good in that way. But yeah, I came out of school still not knowing that that's what I wanted to do.
That's sweet. That's awesome. And yeah, I feel like obviously in life, no one really knows what to do, but I feel like one thing's for sure is that everybody enjoys helping people in some aspect, you know? So that's pretty neat. But going back to that, the garbage truck thing, how long were you a garbage man for?
I did it 2 summers in a row. It was literally just to pay for school, man.
Yeah, just get by. Good paying job and everything. But it's neat how you're saying how you're always competing against yourself, trying to see how much more you can do on a daily basis. And that reminds me of George St. Pierre, actually, if you know him, famous Canadian MMA champion in the UFC and everything. He was actually a garbage man as well before he was a UFC champion, before he went to the UFC. That was his kind of day job. And he would always challenge himself every day how much garbage he can get as well, or how fast he can get to the next house to pick up the garbage. And he was always competing with himself. So this shows that like you guys have the same mindset as always competing with yourself, right?
I had no idea, actually. That was cool.
Yeah.
That is sweet.
Yeah, no, definitely.
I always make it a goal too to like everybody always like whenever I talk to people, it's like, how can you make money? How can you do this like with money? And it's always like all about money and stuff like that. But I find that like when it comes to like succeeding in the personal training world and into like in the fitness world and fitness industry, it's mostly about like if you care about the person, if you care about what you do, it goes a long way. Like it goes way further than you caring about how much money you can make. Like, what can I do to make more money? That's not how it works. It's like, what can I do for that person so that they can succeed? And then that's where it just grows. So I find that like in my business, the only way that like I can be better is by having the people that are with me that are like committed to me, just like be on my side. They're on my team. They're always trying to support me. And then they always like, that's how I succeed in this like personal training business. It's almost like word of mouth because of everybody that like I have on my side that's just supporting me through the entire situation. So that's been pretty cool. And I assume GSP was in the same boat, man. Doing everything.
Yeah. Like at the end of the day, I mean, it's not really a job if you love it, right?
100%.
Yeah. If you do what you love, the money comes with it, I guess, right?
Literally. Yeah. I feel successful every single day. That's awesome.
Right. Okay. So these are some of the questions that I wrote down. There's some questions I was thinking about while trying to think of some things to talk about in this podcast, And I guess I was thinking about it because, like, I don't know. I want to say I used to be somewhat of a fit guy. I used to go to the gym every day. I used to lift weights. Like, I was all in high school. Now I'm a fat ass, just, lounging, lacking the motivation to kind of get up and, like, work out and be fit again, right?
Yeah.
Like, I'm probably at, like, the heaviest I've ever been since ever, right? So how can a person be motivated to become fit? Like, what can a person find within themselves, or how can they get up off their asses to start doing something?
I like that. It's a good question. It's a hard question to answer because everybody's different, man. Everybody has to find their why. That's what I say. So, like, why do I get up and go to work every single day? Like, what do I want to do to be successful? Why do you get up and go to work every day? It's some people's whys. Like some people, I'll tell you a couple stories. Actually, I'll tell you a couple of members. The reason why they came and and sought us out at the beginning. One member, he broke his ankle in a motorcycle accident.
Oof.
Okay, so he couldn't do anything for a long period of time.
Yeah,
he got really into like drinking alcohol a lot. Literally, it was like he was in his own quarantine. Like it was awful for him. So like he was on, like he just drank a lot of alcohol, which like really picked up. He got like really addicted to eating food. Like when he was bored, he ate. When he was tired, he ate. Like everything, he just ate, right? And then all of a sudden, like he thought to himself, he's like, you know what? I got to start off with like quitting the alcohol, like slow down on the alcohol. And he started getting better at that. And he was like, yo, I need to do something else now. Like I need to like people just have addictive personalities, right? So he just like, I'm just go like, I got to like do something else. So we went for walks. We went for walks every single day. And then after that, he walked past our gym. Boom, hopped in, was like, "Yo, this is something else I can do." So it's just
That's
like
unreal. That's
find their why. They just have to find their why. But he gained like easily 100 pounds and lost it all, like in like a year and a half. So in a year he gained that weight, and then a year and a half later he lost it. So
that's unreal.
Yeah, some people just have to like they just need their reasoning. So some people it works like injuries. That motivates people. Like they were injured and they want to feel themselves again. So we have to get them back to their way, you know. But if I always tell people, if you have your why, if you have your reason as to why to come, even if it's as little as coming to see me, if you want to just come to see me for 45 minutes a day, that'll make me happy.
Yeah,
you know, that's the best part.
So finding their why and everything. And honestly, it sounds like this guy. I mean, I feel like everyone who wants to lose weight in this world, everyone wants it to come quick. You know, everybody just wants to, they don't want to go through the hardships. It sounds like this guy went through the hardships while gaining the weight. And then a year and a half later, you're saying he lost it all, you know, like
he lost 100 pounds in a year and a half, man. It's crazy.
That's a lot, man.
It's a lot of weight, man.
But like, is a lot of weight.
You don't see it all right away, right? Like,
yeah, exactly. It's just definitely a process.
Yeah. So let me ask you why you don't feel motivated to go.
Oh, crazy.
Turn the podcast around on you.
Yeah, putting me on the spot now. You know what? Honestly, man, like, it's just laziness. I'll be honest.
Yeah.
I want to say I'm very motivated in general, but just personally, my laziness just kind of beats everything else. You know,
yeah, I get
like
that.
Every single day I think about working out, you know, waking up, like, you know what, I should wake up at like early in the morning, go for a jog or something like that. And I'll find excuses. You know, I've been starting to jog recently, but since it's been freezing cold, if you guys don't know, we're in Canada and it's like -20 out right now. I'm like, you know, it's too cold for me to go jog right now. And then I bury it.
100%.
So my laziness ends up finding excuses for why I shouldn't do it. And then I always beat myself up after at nighttime, like, you know, I should have done this, I should have done that. So I want to say laziness was slacking me.
Yeah, I get that.
Yeah.
A big thing for a lot of people that I see like come and go out of the gym, they say they don't have time. That's the biggest excuse that I hear all the time is like,
yeah, I tell myself that too, and I know I'm bullshitting myself.
Like, yeah, it's rough, man. Like, but man, I find that like it's hard. You can't argue that. Like, you can't tell people like, oh, you obviously have time. All you have to do is just not watch TV for this much time.
Even half an hour of your day, something like that. Like, you know, it doesn't have to be a full hour long, 2 hour long session. It's just, as I said, even the one example you made, that guy went for a walk every day. I don't know how long those walks were, but even like a 20-minute walk every day is still better than 20 minutes of not doing it, right?
Yeah, 100%.
So I feel like, yeah, people can definitely always find a time to do it. Man, you know what? I'm probably going to go work out after this for the first time in a long time.
Yo,
now I'm getting motivated.
Jeez, I got you. Home workouts are hard too. With COVID and everything, man. The home workouts have been tough. We've been doing all of our workouts on Zoom.
Yeah, I remember you doing that during quarantine and everything too.
Yeah.
So speaking of that, would you say, is it better to work out in the morning, afternoon, evening? Is there like a specific time frame that you should aim for, or
like from experience, what I've like gained or come up with? It always seems better for people to work out in the morning. Always seems like it because they have like no excuses afterwards. Like they get it out of the way and then it starts their day off so much better, and then they have this like energy throughout the entire day. You know what I mean?
Totally agree.
If people like the people that have come in and worked out in the evening, half of the battle for them is not stopping at home first and just going straight to the gym. Like, I'm serious, man. Like going to work to the gym, that's like half of the battle. When they're at the gym, it's fine. They like they're good. Maybe not as energetic because they just spent 8 hours sitting in a chair mostly.
Yeah.
You know? But that's what I've seen when being at the gym. But no, it's pretty good. Like the mornings I'd say are the best times to work out. Like the most energy I ever see is the people that come in at 6 a.m., 7 a.m. Yeah, the early risers.
100%. Yeah, no, I definitely agree with that fact as well. I mean, no matter what, no matter how tired you are, once you start going, get the energy flowing, start working out, you instantly feel 10 times better, especially after your workout. So yeah, I do agree that I think the morning is the best time. But yeah, definitely, like, yeah, half the battle's getting up and actually doing it. Like once you start it, you're done. You're going.
Right? You're in. You leave the gym feeling so much better. You're like, I'm so glad that I did that. And the same thing goes for the next day. That's it.
Nice. Let's see here. So for you, what is defined as fitness? Would you say it's like having a six pack, like having, cutting most of your fat out of your body and looking as good as you can? Would it be like gaining as much strength as you can, being the next big juice head in the gym? Like, what is fitness to you? Would it be like endurance, how long someone can run? Like,
that's another good question. It's kind of a longer answer because everybody says that fitness, they have to like look physically fit, but fitness is way more than that, in my opinion. It's a lot of mental. Like fitness, like you have to feel good about what body you're in. You know what I mean? If you're looking at yourself in the mirror and you're happy with what you see, but you still want to be better, I think you're physically fit.
Interesting.
So if you
interesting,
like I could run a mile if I want to, but that's just a skill that I have, right? Like I could probably run a little bit longer than the next person, but another person can run a little bit longer than me. Doesn't mean that they're more fit than me. I can look myself in the mirror and say, hey, I'm really happy with what I see, but I'm still going to go to the gym tomorrow. I'm still going to go for my walk with my mom. You know what I mean?
Work to improve yourself and everything too.
Exactly. That to me is a physically fit person.
So just
not even physically, just a fit person, because they can be mentally fit too, right? So it's
just being happy with yourself and who you are and where you're at in life, I guess.
If you can see yourself in the mirror and say, this is good, but I know I can do better. Like you have to be happy with yourself first, but you always have to want to grow. That's fit.
Wow, that's deep, man. That's super deep. I love that.
Learning.
That's great. So obviously, speaking of like looking at yourself, being mentally fit and everything, what does being fit attribute to mental health?
Oh man, I can literally just tell you that COVID has ruined a lot of people.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, man, like mentally, COVID has like really affected a lot of people. And that's why people always want gyms to be open. Do I agree with gyms like being closed? Like, yes and no, but I do think that someone not being able to have their like me time, like I get a lot of mothers that come to me and work out, right? I do group fitness, I do personal training, I do it all, right? So most of the time it's like a lot of mothers that come in and that's their me time, bro. That's their 45 minutes, an hour of just them doing them. They get to not think about anything in the world and they get to work out, right? So, and that gets their like mind finally shuts off. Like, okay, I don't have to worry about this kid. I don't have to worry about this person. I don't have to worry about that.
Yeah. And just them in that moment for their 45 minutes to an hour. I'm just just in their moment.
Exactly. So now you're thinking like, take away fitness, take away their exercise time. That's just 24 hours, 7 days a week of just worrying about thinking about everything, man. And they get a huge like think about parent teachers. All right. So a parent that's a teacher. That's a huge a huge group of people that come to us are parent teachers. They're teachers that are also parents. So they get their 45 minutes in and they head out. But now they have to teach from home. They have to make sure the kids are doing all right. And they don't get their time to exercise because all they're doing is worrying. So their mental health definitely got like I give kudos to all parent teachers. I give kudos to all parents right now during COVID, but it's definitely really hard on a lot of people to not work out.
Yeah, no. And speaking of teachers in this hard time, I feel like a lot of people who don't have kids right now and who aren't teachers, obviously, they don't understand the stress that teachers are going through right now. Like, there's one thing teaching in a classroom to a room of like 30 kids, but it's one thing teaching in front of a camera to 30 kids in their homes with even their parents watching over their shoulders and watching them learn and everything. Like, because all the parents are looking at their kids, making sure they're learning right, nitpicking stuff. And then you have those, like, I don't want to say those more rough parents, but they're nagging at the teacher, saying why they're doing this and that. That honestly causes like stress all around for teachers.
Definitely a lot of stress with them. But it like I've heard it a lot, and I get a lot of members talking to me about like how much they miss being in the studio, how much it helps them mentally, and it's a huge mental gain, bro, to work out in a studio with people around you, with a community that's supporting you. It's way different and way more beneficial than being inside at home, working out on a Zoom call, or even not working out at all, right?
Yeah, no, for sure. I definitely believe like exercising is great for mental health. Like I said, I just started picking up jogging not too long ago, and like, I'll feel sluggish before jogging or whatever, but after that run, I feel 10 times better. I feel like I can take on the world. I can take on whatever's next, right?
100%.
So in terms of like I'm sure a lot of some people who are into fitness know of like the basics of this, but what's the science behind that? How does you working out make you more happy, like make you more energetic for like the rest of the day? Like clearly starting off your morning with a great workout, you are definitely set for the rest of the day. Like 100%. You're feeling good. You're definitely in a better mood all around. Why is that? Like what triggers in your brain?
Totally depends, man. But most of the time, it's that's a good question, man. You're going sciencey on me. A lot of people say that it's a lot of endorphins that are released right after you work out, and then that creates the happy person in you. It creates a more energetic person in you. Is those endorphins being released? In my opinion, man, it's that feeling of like it's that feeling of being productive. You know what I mean? All right, I just accomplished. I'm going to work after, or I just finished work and I'm at the gym. Like, look how productive I'm being. I'm going to go fill up gas, get groceries, all this stuff, and that gives you like that energy boost. You know what I mean? Like you can 100%. You felt it before too. One day, you've like driven probably all around town, and you get home and you still have this energy because you've done all this stuff, right? And it's you didn't even have to add the gym in there, but adding that workout in. Definitely not like, okay, maybe it does send out those endorphins or whatever that makes you feel energetic. But in my opinion, it's mostly about just the feeling of being productive.
So, yeah, for sure. Oh, crap, hit my laptop there. So I feel like we're in a world now where mental health is finally being more brought up into the world of their Let's Talk marketing going on. Everything in general, especially with COVID, mental health is a big topic nowadays. Do you believe that people who are suffering with mental health, like let's say depression, anxiety, all that stuff, how much beneficial would work if those people worked out on a regular, help them out?
I don't know, man. It's that's a deep question. I'll give you it's probably
okay.
It's you've seen it before too. I've seen it before. Everybody's seen it before where you'll go into a gym and you'll see someone that you know, and that person goes, "What are you working today?" And you say like, "Oh, I'm gonna hit chest." And you're like, "Okay, get it. Get that work in. Get that bread. Like do it. Like someone's there to support you always."
It's the hype man, yeah.
Exactly. I think that people with mental health, like people that like struggle with mental health, they need a support system, man. Whether it comes from just like going to a gym every single day and seeing a person that and like them telling you how proud they are of you, and that like, okay, they're killing it every single day, or as simple as someone coming to my gym, they're struggling that day, and I tell them, "Yo, I really like the color of your nails," or something like that. Just like it's just having that person or people there to support you while you're doing the thing that you want to do. So if it's coming to a gym and actually training, I'd love that. I think that's great because then it's physically healthy and it's healthy for you mentally, right? But if they have to do whatever they have to do, like, I just think that they need a support system behind them. That's the biggest thing. And if people come into the gym, I'll be that support system all the time.
Yeah. I love that answer, man. I'm not gonna lie. I wasn't expecting an answer going that way where it focused more on like the community and like camaraderie itself rather than like the actual working out aspect and stuff. So that actually threw me off there. That's an interesting answer.
My bad. Or thank you.
No. That was good. That was good. Like we covered like a lot of these questions that I like already had written down and whatnot. But let's talk about diets and like stuff like that, you know? Let's talk about like the process of people of how they want to get fit rather than like the working out stuff. Because some people, you know, as I said, they want to get it quick. They want to get it easy. They don't want to go through the stress and struggle of actually working out themselves. So they'll go on these, you know, let's say next level diets. You know, there's a bunch of diets out there, keto diet, all these other things. Like, how do you feel about those?
So I have a person that I work with. His name's Ryan. Okay. Great guy. And we have this conversation, and I think this is the only thing we've ever agreed on in our entire employment together. All right. Yeah. Only thing we've agreed on is that if someone wants to diet, man, if someone really wants to diet, they have to stick to it. It's to be able to maintain that same diet for a long period of time. Not even long period. Like if you just get it done, you know what I mean? Like if you just if you're just on it to get to your goal, I think you're going to succeed. I can't tell you 100%, but you're more than likely to succeed because it is a diet and your body is reacting to it. There's no doubt about it. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So we always say that, like, okay, you want to do keto diet? Go nuts, but stick to it. Don't just do 1 week on, 1 week off. It doesn't work that way. Don't go, okay, Friday, I'm getting off of the keto diet and drinking wine. It doesn't work that way. You know, Stick to this keto diet. If it works for you, if you're feeling happy, if you're feeling good about it, you're going to succeed. If you want to do intermittent fasting, do it. Stick to it. Don't kill yourself, but stick to it. You know what I mean?
Just consistency of.
It's all about consistency, man. Like I don't have like a diet that I'm against. Like Atkins diet, cool. Keto diet, cool. Go nuts. But you have to stick to it. It's all about being consistent.
Interesting. So you wouldn't say there's like one diet that's better than the others, or some nonsense like that.
Everything works for different people, right? Like if someone's stuck on a vegetarian diet their entire life, they'd probably do fine. You know
Sorry, I couldn't hear what you.
My Apple Watch talking to me. But it's all about consistency in my opinion. I don't have any diet that I really hate. I can't hate on it. Like there's a documentary. Almost everybody watched it. Have you heard of the Game Changers documentary?
I've seen it. I don't think I've actually watched it though. That's like this little sports stuff, right?
It's all about being vegan.
Oh, okay. No, definitely have not seen that.
Yeah, it was actually a pretty crazy one. Like it got almost like debunked a little bit just from like actual studies and stuff like that. But basically it was saying how great the vegan diet is and like how good it made some athletes, you know? And
speaking of that, I feel like, as you said, everyone works differently. Everyone has something else that works better for them. And I feel like definitely not against being a vegan, but yeah, I've definitely seen, at least in the MMA, UFC world, like there's some vegans out there that are just like monsters. Like for example, Nick Diaz, they're big MMA fighters and stuff right now. They're known for being vegans, and they're known for being one of the most durable, high endurance athletes in the UFC world. They're known to go 100% like throughout all 3 rounds and not be tired and gassed out at the end of it. They're known for doing triathlons and stuff.
Yeah. Their body definitely reacts to breaking down the carbohydrates way differently, right? Their body like breaks down all their fats and everything a lot slower, like to give them more energy. That's how it works, or faster, I guess. But but also in my opinion, like Nate Diaz, great fighter, nothing against him. But is it more so that he's a vegan that made him this like highly endurance athlete? Or is it him just being consistent with him, like killing it? Like, okay, yeah, I've been a vegan for 2 years. Like I'm doing awesome. look, it's making me a better battle roper, like doing battle ropes.
Yeah.
You know, no, that's not how it works, man.
Mm-hmm.
You've been just killing it for 2 years, bro. Good for you. That's it. You know,
just him doing what he does consistently.
You're just a beast.
Yeah.
Like, what do you want me to say? Okay, vegan, like you being a vegan, that diet helped you.
Mm-hmm.
But my guy, it's all you. You know what I mean? It's all you just killed it. That's it.
It's like no magic diet thing or whatever, I guess.
Yeah, it's my opinion.
Mm-hmm. How would someone find out what works better for them? You know, if someone's trying to get to that next level and trying out all these different things for them to just be better than who they are now. Like how would they find that out? Like,
no, normally you find out through like the types of food that you like eating. People are meat eaters, right?
Mm-hmm.
So what do you want to do there? Probably do keto, probably do Atkins, right?
Interesting.
They can eat more meat than they do carbs, right? Some people are really into carbs. Some people can't get rid of those carbs. Right?
I know the feeling.
That's a hard diet. Like that I would recommend maybe like a intermittent fast, you know, something where you're allowed to still eat those carbs. You're still allowed to eat those things, but only at a certain time and only for a certain amount of like calories. Right.
Interesting.
Yeah. So that's a huge thing.
Are you saying like carbs are bad now or like?
Whoa. I have nothing against carbs, man.
Yeah.
I think that our community, our like Canadian culture, like the westernized diet, is very high carb.
Yeah.
And that's not good because right when the body can't burn off any more carbs, it just like stores them into fat, right? Mm-hmm. And that's not what someone wants.
Yeah.
Definitely not what someone wants. So you have to be able to count those carbs. You have to be able to have a certain amount of carbs, and then you're gonna do all right, I think. I love carbs. Don't get me wrong. I think that they're like everybody needs them. I don't think that is something that you should cut out of your diet completely. Mm-hmm. But we should not have as much as the Western diet like has. Mm-hmm. That's all I can say.
So in terms of like a good diet, like what would you recommend to all these people who are listening? They're like, you know, I'm new to this. I want to start out slowly. Like, what would be like a good way for them to start out, like eating healthier, I should say.
So that guy that lost 100 pounds, I told you about him.
Yeah.
He obviously couldn't figure it out. Like he couldn't figure it out at the beginning. So what we started with him was, man, like, how do you drink your coffee? And he goes, I have 3 sugars, 2 milk.
Okay.
And we're like, okay, dude, like that's a great start. Like, chill out on the sugars. You know what I mean? Like everything that you're trying to do, cut something out 1 week at a time. So when I tell you I love Krispy Kreme donuts.
Oh,
I love Krispy
Who
Kreme.
doesn't? Who doesn't?
I'm not gonna lie to you, man.
I got to open up one around here.
100%.
I don't know how they haven't yet.
But I'm not gonna eat them. You know, like I'm not gonna. And if I'm gonna eat them, I'm gonna maybe have one every month. You know what I'm saying? I'm not.
That's impressive, man.
Well, one, you have to drive all the way to Chicago, bro. We're not that close.
Facts.
But like, I'm not gonna try and I'm not gonna try and do that to myself because I know that the snacking part of my diet is the worst part of my diet. I like snacking. Mm-hmm. So I reduce the amount of sugars that I'm taking in by snacking. Mm-hmm. Let's say you really like pop.
Yeah.
Okay. And you have 2 pops a day. Make it 1 to start. And then start cutting it out completely. That's your first step. Find your biggest bad habit, not even your biggest. Find a bad habit that you have in your life, whether it's drinking like in your coffee too many sugars and you have 3 coffees a day. Take away those sugars, man. You don't need that. You don't need that. You know what I mean?
Like black coffee is obviously just like a lot healthier to go in terms of coffee.
Black coffee is great, but if you can't have black coffee, if you really can't consume it, then reduce the amount of sugars. You know what I mean? Or reduce the amount of coffees you're having. If you like snacking at night, change your snack. If it's like potato chips, don't have that. Try to have apples. You know what I'm saying? Try to have like celery. I don't know.
Yeah.
Something like that. That's a great way to start your diet. If you want to go a little bit more strict, then you got to count those calories, man. Count them.
So in terms of counting calories, like how would you do that? Like even when I've tried and dabbled into like counting calories and stuff, I try to limit myself to like, I don't know, whatever random calorie counter body measurement thing I found online.
Yep.
Try to aim for like under like 2,000 or something like that. Something that's like, is that like outrageous or something? Especially if I'm used to having like 3,000 calories like a day or something, or
100%. It's a great start. Doing the online calculators is a great start. But you have to understand that like we're looking at a different we're looking for a different goal. Like they see us as trying to lose 1.5 pounds a week or whatever it is
Yeah.
on that calorie counter.
Yeah.
Like we want it so that we want to be able to maintain this diet, right?
Mm-hmm.
We want to be able to do something where we can like continuously do it. We can't like just stop randomly and then go back to it and then stop randomly. You want to be able to like have it for a while, right? So what I would recommend is, let's say it says 1,800 calories, which is a pretty good number for like someone that's trying to lose like weight, let's say.
Is it normal to be under that?
Sorry?
Is it normal to be under that or what?
It's like if you're trying to lose weight, I'm telling you, like the diets that we used to give out at our gym, they hit about 1,800, like 1,700 to 1,800 calories to lose weight.
Okay.
Like they're pretty low. And a lot of people, like a lot of places, like I know, what's that one? Oh, there's one where they give you like frozen food and then you warm it up and then. Have you ever heard of that kind of diet before?
Like frozen food, like they
literally
cook it for you beforehand, then freeze it or something.
They give you a week's worth of food. This one,
like good food type of deal, or like those food delivery things.
No, like you literally pay a membership, so you could pay like $150 a week, and they give you like an actual like food.
Mm-hmm.
Like they give you in boxes, like literally the good, like you said, like the good health or whatever it is.
Yeah.
A lean fit or whatever, like basically stuff like that.
Yeah.
And you just warm it up and eat it. Like they have your breakfast, lunch, and dinner every single day. Breakfast, lunch, dinner every single day. But basically, those diets go under 1,800 calories almost every time.
Jesus.
Yeah, but what I'm trying to say is that you have to be in the macronutrient like pie always. So like your carbs are 35 or whatever. Your fats are 35 and your proteins are 30. You know, that's like a good start. It's a good start. So if you're having eggs in the morning, should you have them with bread all the time? Maybe not. Maybe not. You know what I mean? It's especially if you like freaking pasta, you like pasta at dinner, then you're gonna 100% want to not have any bread in the morning time. You know what I mean?
So you're definitely sounds like also the macronutrients are more what they should be targeting on than rather than just a simple calorie count.
Yeah, if you're hitting 1,800 calories of all carbs, you're not doing anything for yourself. Like if you're doing 1,800 calories all carbs and you're working out, you're literally getting nothing. You're gaining nothing.
Interesting. So at this point for you, who's been like, healthy and everything your whole life, do you consciously still like look into how much of each you're having, or do you just kind of just know at this point? You're still consciously like making those decisions and whatnot?
It becomes pretty easy. Like you'll just say, oh yeah, this is like a 500 calorie meal because I've had this so many times before. You know what I'm saying? I've logged this in so many times before, right? If it's something
second nature.
Yeah, if it's something new to you, though, you always look at the back and you always say, okay, this is kind of like the chicken and eggs that I usually have or whatever, like, I don't know, something like that. That's what I normally do. But no, I don't use a calorie counter anymore. Like I don't use that kind of stuff because it's just become like pretty much second nature.
Okay, sweet.
But it's a good place to start. I'm telling you, it's a good place to start. But if you find that, like I'm telling you, it's a tedious job, man. Doing it every single day, almost 3 or 4 times a day. Like even if you drink a pop, you have to log it.
Yeah, that's easily like 300 calories right there or something like that.
Yeah, it's rough, but you still have to log it, and then you just like sometimes you forget. And you're like, oh, what did I eat today? And like, oh, it's the worst. But if you want to start off like casually, just start off by taking away a bad habit. That's it. That's it. It makes you feel a lot better, right? When you've been like a week of not snacking, you're like, holy, I've got a week, like I'd say it's probably easier than trying to quit smoking. I don't know if someone like has tried to quit smoking, but I feel like cutting that bad habit is probably easier than quitting.
It's tough. Interesting, man.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think that's freaking definitely some solid info. I think you just put out there for everyone.
Cool. Have you ever been to the gym that I work at?
No, I have not yet.
Have you ever seen it though? Have you ever been past it? It's a small space.
Which one is it again?
You know what? It's in Aurora. It's called Aurora's Boot Camp.
I have no.
It's on Industrial Parkway.
I've probably driven by it, but probably haven't consciously been like, oh, hey, that's where Yehya's at.
Yeah, either way, it's been a pretty cool gym. And in the end, I'd say that most gyms should be all about the community and
Mm-hmm.
never about just like trying to get money. That's like probably my biggest thing into the fitness industry is that I don't want a gym that literally just gets anybody and everybody to come in, because if there's someone with a bad attitude that doesn't change their attitude when they walk into the door, I don't really care.
You don't want them, yeah.
Yeah, I want someone that wants to be in the studio, that wants to support the people around them, and that knows that everybody around them is supporting them too. And there's going to be people that come in with a negative attitude, but oh man, we've been good to change them. We've been good to just like to turn that around. So it's been pretty fun.
That's sweet. That's sweet. How long have you been working there for now again?
It's like my 4th year.
Okay.
I'm a part owner.
Oh, okay. Interesting.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
So feel free to shout that out to the viewers who watch right now where it's at, in case anyone local is watching out, you know.
Come on through to Aurora's boot camp, guys. What's up?
There you go. All right, guys. I think I'm all out of questions. I think everyone's learned a lot here. I know I've learned a lot. I guess the main things that I feel like I can take from this is that start gradually. Everything just one step at a time, no matter what, whether it comes to actually doing the physical workouts, doing a diet, it's all a gradual process and not something that can come instantly. Right?
100%. I love that.
Sweet.
All
right, guys. Sweet. So this is I think I'm gonna cut it off here. Yeah, everybody who's watching, thank you for tuning in to the first podcast of the VillyP Podcast, I guess. Thank you again to the boy Yehya Chehade.
Thank you,
coming
Billy.
on here and just lighting up our world.
That's it, my boy. I appreciate that, man. Thank you so much.
If you guys are local watching this, definitely feel free to check him out at the Aurora Boot Camp. And I'll probably put in his Instagram and all his social media functions in the description. And tune in next time.
Yeah,
so peace out.
All right, guys.